Aloha ingoa Doron, aloha unu o Salilesi, Falalatai, Falalima, Ma'asau. So my name is Doron. My family villages are Salilesi, Falalima, Falalatai, and Asau. And I am a Sāmoan Siapo maker. I've grown up in a family. My dad is Samoan, my mum is New Zealand European. And so we grew up in a home where Samoan wasn't our shared language. English was our first language. So for me, as I went into my 20s, I was looking for a way to be able to reconnect with my culture and to be able to actively participate and to find ways to preserve and to be a good Samoan is what I was really looking for. And so a friend that I had at the time introduced me to the idea of making tapa cloth. And then I stumbled into Cora Allen's show at, I think it was the Tim Merville Art Gallery. And I just went in, I harassed her. I was like, hey, I want to get into this. I want to learn this. What can I do? And she was like, oh, well, you can go and make your own tools. That's the first step. And so I went off and I made some really crusty tools and I went back to her. And then she started to connect me to people within Samoa to be able to learn my practice and to be able to give it a go for myself. I learned from Whaupito Le Satele. And she is just this most beautiful, stunning woman. Whaupito was generous enough for me, a nobody, who booked a ticket to Samoa and legit, I caught a ferry over to Savaii, I caught a taxi to her house and was like, hey, I would like to learn this. And she didn't say no. She welcomed me in straight away. I sat on her floor and we began making. Samoa's Siapo practice has been endangered for a long time, and there was a moment where we were trying to reinvigorate it. And we brought people from Fiji to be able to show us how to plant, to show us how to make. And so there are different styles of making across the island from those who had this unbroken chain of succession and for those who were introduced by the Fijians. We have forgotten styles within Samoa. When we look at textbooks and we look at museum collections and we look at what they teach in school to look like Samoan Siapo, it's one style, it's Siapo Ile, it's these print block things. So what we do is that we would glue the tapa to that, rub it with it, and then take it off, and that prints it onto it, and we paint over for the print. That's good for producing big pieces and mass pieces. But the problem was we started only producing Siapo for tourists. We forget about this beautiful freehand style that we have, Siapo Mamanu, where there's more creativity, where there's expression, where you can see the connection to the other islands. So what I want to do is that I want to give life and talk to this pattern, the freestyle, where we had more of a chance to be able to express ourselves and to see the landscapes and the stories and all those sorts of things. And so I think it's really important for us to continue to show our ngafa, our whakapapa, our heritage to where we belong. I like having thick, childlike lines, and I like imperfections and I like irregularities, and something I like to work with often is saying it's irregularly regular. Regularly irregular or irregularly regular, you know? And so when I think about this in the context of our rainbow community, the MVP FAF Rainbow Pacific community, I see that we are shapeshifters and that we are the ones navigating our way through social systems and through political situations through all time. And we've always had to exist outside of them. And so we have continued to navigate and transform and to present ourselves in ways that are acceptable, whether our communities accepted us as whawhawhenga o whaatama back in pre-contact days, at this time where we've had to remain quiet within families, or now within this time where it's becoming, there's this queer revolution going on. I want the future of Siapo specifically to be queer. I think that we as a community, the MVP FAF Rainbow Pacifica community, deserve to be seen within this context, and we deserve to champion our arts, and we deserve to have safe spaces created for us that we don't need to diminish or hide or be quiet. And I think that us sharing this cloth, being able to beat together, to harvest and grow and to paint, it really gives us an opportunity as a community to thrive. And I mean, it's been a diminishing and quieting sleeping practice. There's a chance for us to speak up and to take ownership as a community and to show that we belong, not just as diaspora, but back in Samoa as a legally recognized group.